Now from the news team that's covering the Carolinas, this is Channel 9 Eyewitness News Saturday morning.
Straight ahead this morning, drivers put in danger as a man leads police on a chase through busy rush hour traffic.
And scared, yeah, because we could, die,
The help police got from some neighborhood animals to catch the suspect. Plus, uptown Charlotte will be packed with people today to celebrate Pride, the economic boost for the city, and the major traffic closures you need to know about. A live look outside from our Charlotte cam. You can see the top of that building lit up in rainbow for the Pride Festival this weekend. Good morning, I am Elsa Gillis. Thanks for being with us. Meteorologist Jacqueline Shearer joins me now. Jacqueline, it'll be a bit of a mixed weekend.
Yeah, lots of clouds out there already. You can kind of see that, but we're staying dry right now. We could be seeing those showers build in as early as noon today, though. So looking at a soggy day, 88 degrees, right on par with our average for today. A little bit humid out there. The big story, of course, being those showers, but the morning looking pretty nice. 75 degrees at 8 a.m. By 10, we are already in the 80s. Those showers, once they work in, they're going to keep us pretty cool into the afternoon. So again, 88 degrees for our high, not too bad. Yeah. But those storms could impact the Pride Festival and other events happening downtown this weekend. So we'll be tracking that in just a few minutes.
Okay, thanks, Jacqueline. Breaking news this morning, one man is recovering after being shot early this morning near the Transit Center in Uptown. Police say it happened in a parking lot at 4th and Brevard Streets just after 2:30. They say the victim was shot there and was seen shooting back at the unknown suspect. They're trying to figure out what led to the gunfire and if the two know each other. Also breaking this morning, a beloved world leader has passed away. Former UN Secretary General Kofi Annan died this morning from an unspecified illness. He made history as the first black Secretary General. He served in that role for a decade and guided the UN through one of its most turbulent times. He won a Nobel Peace Prize in the process. Annan was 80 years old. Channel 9 followed every chaotic moment as a driver weaved through rush hour traffic here trying to escape from police. We brought you live coverage at 5 p.m. yesterday using Chopper 9 Sky Zoom. CMPD says that car there, it's stolen. Their helicopter followed the car for about 15 minutes. The driver let a suspect out of the car, then rear-ended 3 vehicles, and one of the cars had children inside.
Sounded like explosion. He just come from nowhere, then he hit us, like he wasn't nothing.
Thankfully, everyone was okay. The suspect ditched his car and ran through a neighborhood. He jumped over a fence, but police say neighborhood dogs scared him back toward officers where they could arrest him. The car's passenger has not been caught. We have posted more video of the dramatic chase on our website. Just head to WSOCTV.com. A great update now to share with you. After 2 days of searching, authorities have found this 89-year-old man. Charlotte firefighters found Thomas Davis yesterday evening. He hadn't been seen since Wednesday. Police believe he got lost while walking in West Charlotte. They feared for his safety because he's partially paralyzed and suffers from cognitive issues. New this morning, fire destroyed part of a 100-year-old home. You can see flames ripping through the ceiling here and the floor. This happened yesterday afternoon on West Front Street in Statesville. Our partners at the Statesville Record and Landmark report the family is likely displaced. They were not home at the time. Firefighters are investigating what caused this. Just 3 blocks away, this apartment caught fire early Friday. Several people were inside that apartment on Armfield Street. Fortunately, they all got out safely. Firefighters are still trying to figure out what caused that fire. Boer County Sheriff's deputies are on the hunt for a driver they say was involved in a high-speed chase south of Morganton. Officials say Charles Hughes led them on a chase for several miles Thursday before jumping from the car near his home. Deputies say Hughes was driving with a revoked license. He's also wanted in connection with credit card theft. The Panthers returned to Charlotte last night in winning style. They hosted the Dolphins at Bank of America Stadium for their first home preseason game. And the game started with a bang. On the second play, Christian McCaffrey dashed 71 yards for a touchdown. The Panthers led much of the game on the way to a 27-20 win. Businesses near the stadium were busy last night and are thrilled that football is back. Bill Aquario from Tavern on the Track says he expects to see more turnout this season thanks to interest in new owner David Tepper.
We've talked about it weeks ago, and you just prepare for it. Coming into the football season, we know what's coming, and hopefully we get our orders right and we get our staffing down.
Before kickoff, eyes were on the sidelines where NFL players have been making statements on racial injustice by taking a knee during the national anthem. Dolphins wide receiver Albert Wilson did that last night. He knelt last week too, leading some police groups in Florida to call for an NFL boycott. North Carolina's Fraternal Order of Police is meeting in Charlotte this weekend. They told us they are not calling for a boycott. Chief Kruputny tells Channel 9 he supports that decision. A major event happening in Uptown today. More than 100,000 people are expected to gather and celebrate Charlotte Pride. Channel 9 was in Uptown yesterday as officials prepared for the Charlotte Pride Festival. Last year, 150,000 people packed Uptown for the weekend, and it had a huge impact. Overall, Charlotte Pride pumped $4.3 million into the local economy. That generated around $150,000 in tax revenue, and it could be even bigger this year.
That lightens the tax burden on the rest of us who live here. So it's great to have visitors come in from out of town.
Police say extra officers will be patrolling Uptown this weekend, making sure everything goes smoothly. Parts of Uptown are completely blocked off, 2 cars for the massive event. Gina Esposito breaks down those closures and how you can get around them from the traffic center.
Yeah, the Charlotte Pride Festival and Parade starts today, runs through tomorrow. 130,000 people expected. Some of those road closures in Uptown started yesterday and they continue on today, extending Tryon here to Stonewall, closed to Trade Street. We have some of those side streets closed as well, starting at 6 o'clock this morning. Your alternates would be taking Graham Street here to Stonewall all the way to College. If you want to avoid this altogether, you could take the light rail.
Good news if you're looking to buy a home in Charlotte's housing market. Mortgage rates are down. For the second straight week, mortgage buyer Freddie Mac said the average rate for a 30-year loan is down. Right now, rates are sitting at just over 4.5%. That's over a half point higher than a year ago. That could help local buyers. Because prices are so high and inventory is so low, buyers are forced to act quickly. In July, Charlotte home sales dropped 2.8% from the year before, but average sales have increased 5%. The city is still struggling with affordable housing. It's put a $50 million affordable housing referendum on the November ballot, but it's not clear exactly how that money will be used. The city could also dedicate 15% of its housing trust fund. The family of a man who was shot and killed by a CMPD officer last January is suing the city. Josu Javier Diaz got involved in a confrontation with an undercover officer. The officer shot him 6 times. The officer was cleared, but yesterday the Diaz family filed suit claiming the officer violated several department policies. The family's attorney says the situation was sparked by a minor accident, which would not have given the officer the authority to chase. Prosecutors say Diaz fired first.
I think it's unclear whether a shot was fired. They did say there was a bullet hole in the police's vehicle matching a .22, and Mr. Diaz had a .22, but they could not say whether it was from the same gun or not.
The city declined to comment. They have 2 months to answer the complaint in court. Last night, a vigil honored a mother and her children who were killed in a heart-wrenching domestic violence situation. Shannon Watts was pregnant when authorities say her husband, Chris Watts, killed her and their 2 daughters and then lied to police about it. The couple were married in Mecklenburg County before moving to Colorado. Investigators say there's a huge concern for the amount of meth found inside a pricey Rock Hill home just blocks from an elementary school. A 6-month investigation led authorities to a home on Cavendale Drive Thursday. Officials say the meth found inside is from Mexican cartels, which they say is pure and dangerous.
You put this in the wrong hands, somebody who's not used to doing that kind of purity of meth, you know, it could have serious consequences, death.
These 3 men were arrested on several charges, including meth trafficking. Some families in a Rowan County neighborhood are shocked after flyers promoting the KKK were found. Neighbors spotted the flyers in the Cameron Woods neighborhood this week and called the sheriff's office. Authorities believe they came from a group called the Loyal White Knights.
What did you think?
I thought it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
I did. I thought this is 2018, and if this kind of stuff doesn't stop, it never will.
Deputies say as of right now, this is not listed as a hate crime. They would like to speak to the people responsible about their intent with the flyers. Gaston County residents are mourning the sudden loss of the former superintendent. Dr. Edward Sadler Jr. died Thursday night. Sadler retired in March 2006 after 38 years with the district. The current superintendent says the district is shocked by Sadler's death and will remember him as a passionate and visionary leader. New developments now in a story we first brought you yesterday morning. Students are being allowed back into their dorms just one day after being forced to move out. The Department of Insurance said 5 new residence halls at UNC Asheville were unsafe. They found several issues related to fire safety. The university had to put nearly 300 students in hotels, but late last night, the university reached an agreement allowing students to move in. The state says the school is addressing the issues. At UNC Charlotte, a new pilot program is kicking off this semester, allowing some students to live with their cats and dogs. University officials say the program is available for up to 25 students. The program was created after more students were choosing to live off campus so they could still have their pets.
We actually worked with the residents who own the pets and the surrounding community and their roommates ahead of time just to make sure that everyone is on the same page and everyone is in agreement.
There are several qualifications. The animal must be at least 1 year old, housebroken, vaccinated, under 40 pounds, and several dog breeds are not allowed. The long list of rules of conduct include aggressive pet behavior and excessive barking. It is 7:10 now. This is a live look outside from our Speedway camp. Definitely a little cloudy out there this morning and warm. Meteorologist Jacqueline Shear has an update on your forecast from Severe Weather Center 9.
Well, you know what? Those clouds are definitely there, but they're not bringing storms like they were overnight and yesterday. Here's a look right now at satellite and radar. Most of the showers have cleared up. A few in the high country still. Those will clear up pretty quickly here, though. And then we get a few dry hours before the storms arrive again this afternoon. You want to keep that in mind. We're not quite in the clear yet. Here's a look at today's forecast. A 20% chance for those showers by 2 p.m. By 4 p.m., we're up to a 30% chance for showers, with those dinner time hours being a little bit more active out there. We're going to time it all out. Lots of things happening up in Uptown this weekend, so we'll time it all out. Plus, we'll take a look at some neighborhood forecasts for Concord and for Fort Mill coming up in just a few minutes.
All new this morning, a violent act by North Carolina police caught on camera. At 7:45, the steps prosecutors are taking to investigate. At 7:30, a time of mourning and celebration.
Right now, I just wanted to make sure that Mikey was celebrated the proper way.
The focus of loved ones as they remember the life of a teen killed while riding his bicycle. And next, gunfire in the middle of a high school football game. How the shooting has impacted an entire school district.